everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Andrea. It's nice to have you guys here. So today was supposed to be a different video, but I went to edit the video that was supposed to go up and it starts out blurry for like the first 5 minutes, and yeah, and I was really excited about the video. So I will refilm that and that will be coming soon. But in the meantime, I didn't want to not do a video. So because I like talking to you guys. So I thought I would do something that I haven't done yet on my channel, and that is a kind of everyday makeup routine. I thought I could also share with you my everyday makeup drawer, and I also now have my everyday makeup brushes. So I'll walk you through the things that I use on a daily basis and then show you which ones I'm putting on my face for today. I'm going to start with some lip balm because my lips are feeling kind of dry. This is the Sephora Collection Honey Lip Scrub. I love it. There's just enough scrub in there to exfoliate my lips, but not so much that I can't use it on a daily basis. For the makeup that I tend to use on a daily basis, I've got two kind of base products. I've got a tinted moisturizer and a beauty balm BB cream. I will use these separately, or I think today I might try using them together. And then I've got the Pacifica Neutral Mattifier Powder, which is great. The Pacifica Transcendent Concentrating Correcting Concealer. This is my main concealer. I have a few different primers that I obviously won't use each of them on a daily basis, but these are the three that I kind of turn to. So I've got the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer in Radiance, the Radiance one, the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer, and the Makeup Forever Step 1 Redness Correcting Primer. So depending on what look I'm going for, I'll use this if I'm just going for like a very natural look. I'll mix this in with the BB cream or the tinted moisturizer. I'll use this if I'm going for more of a, basically the closest thing to a full coverage look I do. So if I'm really going to kind of be going for that flawless look, at least trying to achieve that, I'll use this one. And if my skin's just seeming a bit extra red, I will use the redness corrector one. So those are my primers. I also have my little mini, and those are all minis. I don't buy full sizes of primers because I don't use primer often enough, so I just kind of hoard the minis. I do the same thing with the primer potion, so I've got a little mini of that. I also have, along with like concealers, I've got the Sephora Collection Bright Future Color Corrector in yellow. I use this under my eyes. And then also I've got my Touche Eclat in here. I don't use this every day, but I like to have it in with the everyday thing. The drawer is meant so that if I have a day where I'm trying to get ready in a hurry, everything I need for a full face, even if I'm just doing a quick 5-minute look and not a full face, or if I am going to use most of these products, they're all in one drawer. So I'm not rooting through all of my other drawers and storage areas for the makeup that I need. For eyes, if I'm in a hurry, the four that I have two eyeliners. I have the nude in the Scandalized by Rimmel, and I have a little mini black. I have so many mini black eyeliners that I haven't bought a full-size black eyeliner in forever. But this is just the Marc Jacobs, the Highliner gel crayons. So I've got a nude and a black, and then the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick Eye Color in Au Naturel, which is just kind of a very nude brown. It just looks very natural on the eyes. And then if I want just a little bit more brightness on the eyes, I've got the Cream Eyeshadow Stick, and this is the Rosie for Autograph for Marks & Spencer. And this is in, but this, I think this is almond. I think it's called almond, and it's just kind of like a champagne-y color. So those are kind of, if I'm not going to do eyeshadow, but I just want to put something on my eyes, those are what I use. In terms of like powder face stuff, I've got two bronzers, one that's like more of a contour for me, and one that is like bronzer, a proper bronzer, a little bit more shimmery, and that's the one from Hourglass, which looks like that. Really pretty. This is the Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Luminous Bronze Light. So this is what I'll put like around my forehead, and kind of on my cheeks if I'm just trying to give myself that sun-kissed glow. And then the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Medium Deep Matte Bronzer. So this is the one that I'll actually put like in the hollows of my cheeks if I'm wanting to do some contouring. Another powder I have is my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Ethereal Light, which looks like this, and I have definitely hit pan. I'm just working on finishing this up before I buy a new one. I will use this as an all-over kind of finishing powder after I've done blush, highlight, and all of that. And then for blush, I have a little mini of NARS Orgasm. So again, I have like other blushes, but this is just if I'm really in a hurry and I don't want to dig around. This is little and it fits and it looks good on my skin tone. And then for highlighter, I have a mini of the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, and this is an opal. So it looks like that. I like that one. And then for a liquid highlighter, I've got the Urban Decay Naked Skin highlighting fluid. It looks like the shade is Sin, and it just looks like that. This I will use if on my cheekbones, if I'm not wearing a ton of powder. Otherwise, I tend to put this along my brow bone, but I like it. And then the mascara that I'm using most days these days is my Too Faced Better Than Sex. I just love this. So those are my options for days like today. For brushes, I have a large powder brush. I have a smaller powder brush. I like to use this for bronzer. This is my little contouring brush, so if I'm going into the hollows of my cheek. So these are the ones that get used with the bronzer. I've got blush brush. I've got two brushes that I use for concealer. One is my little mini oval. This is a Primark brush. And then this is kind of a flat top stippling brush. So I like this a lot for concealer. For highlighter, I use this one. These are both by Bestope. I got them on Amazon. I also got these on Amazon. These are my fake unicorn brushes. I have this kind of, it's by e.l.f. They call it a Flawless Concealer Brush. I like this for powdering my under and around my eyes because it just lets me get right in there. Same thing with around like my nose. And then the three eyeshadow brushes for when I'm taking enough time to grab one of my eyeshadow palettes and do an eyeshadow look. I've got just a basic crease brush. I've got a kind of thicker, fluffier eyeshadow brush, a slightly denser eyeshadow brush. So this tends to be my transition shade. This will be blending in from what I use in my crease. I will then go in with another color and kind of blend it in towards the middle of my eyelid with this one, and then just an extra that can be used on like the inner corner and that sort of thing. That has helped me kind of streamline my makeup process and it's been nice. I think we tend to see, you know, YouTube videos with these extensive collections and everything is everywhere, and you know, there's like the large IKEA Alex set of drawers that are like 8 drawers, and everything just is so packed away. And I always watch this thinking, my goodness, how do you do your makeup in the morning in 5 minutes if that's all the time you have? How do just going through all of your drawers would take you 5 minutes. So having everything in the one drawer and the one jar of brushes, you know, with the products that I use the most, just helps on days when I don't have a lot of time and I just need to do makeup as quickly as I can. It just makes a difference. So I'm gonna go in and start just playing with this. Just gonna do a tiny bit of the Laura Mercier primer, and I'm just gonna focus this kind of around my cheeks and my forehead. I'm not putting it everywhere. And then I'm going to use a pump or two of the Beauty Balm. Let's go with a pump and a half. And a pump of the Tinted Moisturizer. I'll pump and a half of that too. I like both of these products and I will use them both on their own. The Tinted Moisturizer gives no coverage at all, obviously, because it's a tinted moisturizer, so it just kind of evens out the skin tone. And And the Beauty Balm gives a little bit more coverage, but I find that sometimes the shade is a little too pale. So I think that by blending them together, it gives me the best of both worlds. We'll see. This is the first time I've done it. I have blended them both with other things. I will also sometimes mix a bit of foundation in with the Beauty Balm. So I would rather kind of use lighter bases and build them up than heavier bases that then look really cakey on the face. For some reason, I've just never been able to get a foundation to work for me. It always looks like a mess. Yeah, I'm liking that. So it still looks like my skin, but like the best version of my skin. So I'm liking that. Now I'm going to go in with the color correcting concealer under my eyes. And then I'm just going to blend that in with my fingertip. There we go. And then the concealer. I'm keeping it really simple today because I'm just going over to my parents' house to hang out with the dog, the dogs, hang out with Gus and Lexi. And then I'm just going to kind of tap press this in with this flat top stipple brush. Sometimes I use my finger, sometimes I feel like the brush does a slightly better job. I'm just working on my dissertation today. I'm desperately trying to finish chapter 6 so that I can send that off. Next I'm going to use the Rosie for Autograph in Almond. So yeah, I'm just trying to get this done. I have scheduled my defense. That's a bit terrifying. You'll hear more about that in the weekly vlog that will go up next week on Tuesday. But yeah, that's a thing that's happened this week. So the countdown is on. April 4th. Mark your calendars so you can say a prayer for me on that day. Not really that nervous. I think I will be when it gets closer. I mean, they wouldn't let me defend if they didn't think I could do it. And my committee's really good. I trust them not to, give me a deliberate difficult question just to screw me up. So yeah, so I think it'll be fine. I'm going to do eyeliner, but in my tight line. I'm not going to do it above the lash line. I find that if I do this, I'm not even really filling in my whole tight line. I'm really just trying to focus on drawing the line as close to the underside of the lash line as possible. It just ends up making your mascara look a little bit thicker at the roots. It makes your lashes look a bit more volumized. Then we'll do the mascara. And I find that if you have trouble with mascara getting on your eyelid, my trick, because I do have longer lashes, I used to have longer back when I was using Latisse consistently, but my trick is to hold the mirror down low and look down, and so your eye is almost closed while you're putting on the mascara. And so unless you get really crazy with the brush, you're probably not gonna get it on your eyelid. So now I'm gonna put on some powder. This powder is just my favorite thing. I feel like it's not just a translucent powder. It gives me just a little bit of extra coverage. And so this with a tinted moisturizer or a BB cream is just brilliant. So again, it just makes my skin look, I can still see my skin, but it just makes it look even better. Blush. And then we'll do the Becca highlight. A little bit on the tip of my nose, a little bit in the Cupid's bow, and then I'm going to put a little bit under my brow. Now, one thing that I haven't mentioned is brows. My brow palette I keep with my skincare over to this side along with my brush. So I've got the brow palette. This is the Eyelure and Fleur de Force collaboration. And then I've got my little brush, and then I've got the dual-ended brow tint and clear brow gel. Probably won't use this today. And I also have a mascara over here. I have the Buxom mascara. So on a day when I'm not doing any makeup at all, I don't count brows and mascara as makeup, I have what I need to just make myself look presentable. Because as you can probably tell, as I'm doing this, there's a difference between my brows. My natural brow is very, very pale and does not match my hair. So if I'm leaving the house, like, I'm generally not that fussed about it. And like on a day like today where I'm just going over to my parents' place, I normally wouldn't be that worried. But it's also just if I happen to run some errands or, you know, whatever, if I just want to feel a little bit more confident and don't want someone staring at my brows or my lack of, what looks like a lack of lashes because my lashes are so pale, then I put on some mascara and brow stuff. I think that's about it. So I've used these products. I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 products, including the brows, which is pretty common. I probably never use every single one. I probably use some combination of about 75% of them at the most. So, but it's given me a pretty nice basic look. Still have a little bit of the scrub. So at this point I kind of just wipe off the scrub with my fingers and just press in the remaining balm into my lips. And then if this were a day where I was going out and running errands, I'd probably pop on a lip color. I think today I'm just going to use my Sephora Collection Ultra Shine Lip Gel. This is in the shade Perfect Nude. My lips don't have a whole lot of pigment to them, so I do like to put some kind of gloss or lip color on them just to get them to look a little bit like I've done something. So that's my kind of everyday makeup. This is definitely a look that I would have done like yesterday going teaching. It just makes me look a little bit more presentable and pulled together, and makes me feel a bit more confident. But yeah, otherwise, like, I will also sometimes go out with just my brows and mascara and nothing else. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you've used any of the products that are in my everyday drawer, or if there's, you know, let me know in the comments if you wear makeup, what is the one thing you absolutely will not leave the house without? For me, it's mascara. I can deal with the lighter brows, but I do not like the way my eyes look without at least a light coat of mascara. So if I had to, one color product, we're not counting lip balm because that's the other, like, I have to have, but of things that add color or depth or dimension or anything like that to your face, what is the one product that you can't live without? Otherwise, say hi in the comments, and I will see you all soon in the next video. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye-bye.